Malaria is a serious disease. It can even be fatal. It is caused by a parasite. The parasite spreads through mosquito bites. This disease affects millions worldwide, especially in tropical regions. Malaria is a global health concern. It causes a lot of suffering and death. Understanding malaria is crucial to fighting it. We need to work together to eliminate this disease. Malaria is caused by a parasite called Plasmodium. This microscopic organism is responsible for one of the most widespread and deadly diseases in the world. There are several species of Plasmodium, but the most common ones that infect humans are Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium ovale, and Plasmodium malariae. This parasite is transmitted to humans through the bite of infected female Anopheles mosquitoes. These mosquitoes are the primary vectors for malaria transmission. When they bite, they inject the Plasmodium parasites into the human bloodstream. These mosquitoes are often called malaria vectors. They thrive in warm, humid environments, which is why malaria is prevalent in tropical and subtropical regions. Field scientists work tirelessly to catch and study these mosquitoes to understand their behavior and find ways to control their population. When an infected mosquito bites a person, the parasite enters the bloodstream. The initial stage of infection is often asymptomatic, making it difficult to detect early on. It travels to the liver and multiplies. The liver stage can last from a few days to several weeks, depending on the Plasmodium species. During this time, the parasites mature and increase in number. After multiplying, the parasites infect red blood cells. This is the stage where symptoms begin to appear. The parasites burst out of the red blood cells, causing fever, chills, and other flu-like symptoms. This causes the symptoms of malaria. Common symptoms include high fever, shaking chills, headache, muscle aches, and fatigue. In severe cases, it can lead to complications such as anemia, jaundice, and organ failure. There are different types of malaria parasites. Each type has its own unique characteristics and can cause varying degrees of illness. Plasmodium falciparum is known for causing the most severe form of the disease. Some are more dangerous than others. For example, Plasmodium vivax and Plasmodium ovale can cause relapses by remaining dormant in the liver and reactivating after months or even years. The most deadly type is Plasmodium falciparum. It is responsible for the majority of malaria-related deaths worldwide. This species can cause severe complications such as cerebral malaria, which affects the brain. It is found in many parts of the world. Malaria is most common in sub-Saharan Africa, but it also occurs in Asia, Latin America, and parts of the Middle East. Travelers to these regions are advised to take preventive measures, such as using insect repellent, sleeping under mosquito nets, and taking anti-malarial medication. While anyone can get malaria, some people are more at risk. People living in areas with high malaria transmission are most vulnerable. This includes parts of Africa, South Asia, and South America. Young children and pregnant women are especially vulnerable. They are more likely to develop severe malaria. Travelers to malaria endemic areas are also at risk. Other risk factors include weak immune systems, poverty, lack of access to healthcare, and poor housing conditions. Malaria symptoms usually appear a week or two after being bitten by an infected mosquito. This initial period is known as the incubation period, during which the parasite multiplies in the liver before entering the bloodstream. However, it can take longer for symptoms to show up, sometimes even months after the initial bite. This delay can make it challenging to diagnose malaria promptly. Some people experience symptoms months later. Common symptoms include fever, chills, and headache. These symptoms can often be mistaken for the flu or other common illnesses, making it crucial to consider recent travel history. Other symptoms to watch for are muscle pain, fatigue, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. These symptoms can vary in intensity and may come and go, adding to the difficulty of recognizing malaria. Malaria can also cause severe complications if left untreated. These include anemia, which is a reduction in red blood cells that can lead to severe fatigue and weakness. Other serious complications include kidney failure, which can be life-threatening and may require dialysis. Seizures and coma are also possible, particularly in severe cases of malaria, and these conditions require immediate medical intervention. It is essential to seek immediate medical attention if you have these symptoms and have been in a malaria risk area. Early diagnosis and treatment are crucial to prevent complications and ensure a full recovery. Always inform your healthcare provider about any recent travel to areas where malaria is prevalent, as this information can be vital for accurate diagnosis and treatment. Malaria has a significant impact on societies and economies. It affects individuals, families, and entire communities. The disease places a heavy burden on healthcare systems. High rates of malaria can hinder economic growth. This is because it reduces workforce productivity. It also discourages tourism and foreign investment. Malaria can trap families in a cycle of poverty. Treatment costs, lost income, and funeral expenses can be devastating. Preventing malaria is crucial for saving lives. There are several effective measures that individuals and communities can take. Key prevention strategies include sleeping under insecticide-treated mosquito nets. These nets create a protective barrier against mosquitoes at night, using insect repellents. Repellents containing DEET are effective in repelling mosquitoes. Wearing protective clothing. Long sleeves and pants can reduce mosquito bites, eliminating mosquito breeding sites. Removing stagnant water sources around homes can prevent mosquito breeding. Early diagnosis and treatment are vital for preventing severe malaria. If you suspect you have malaria, seek medical attention immediately. Malaria is diagnosed through a blood test. The test identifies the presence of malaria parasites. Effective anti-malarial medications are available to treat the disease. Treatment should begin as soon as possible after diagnosis. A shared responsibility, global efforts to combat malaria. Fighting malaria requires a global effort. Many organizations are working to control and eliminate the disease. The World Health Organization plays a leading role in coordinating global malaria efforts. This includes providing technical assistance to countries, promoting research and development of new tools, and monitoring malaria trends and outbreaks. Beyond mosquito nets, emerging technologies and innovations. Scientists are constantly working on new ways to prevent and treat malaria. This includes developing new anti-malarial drugs, vaccines against malaria, genetically modified mosquitoes that are resistant to the parasite, and innovative mosquito control methods. These advancements offer hope for a future without malaria. Malaria-free future challenges and opportunities. The journey towards a malaria-free world is filled with both significant challenges and promising opportunities. Despite progress, challenges remain in the fight against malaria. The global health community has made remarkable strides in reducing malaria cases and deaths, but the battle is far from over. These include drug resistance, as malaria parasites are becoming resistant to some anti-malarial drugs. This resistance threatens to undermine the effectiveness of current treatments and could lead to a resurgence of the disease if not addressed. Insecticide resistance, with mosquitoes becoming resistant to insecticides used in nets and indoor spraying. This resistance complicates efforts to control mosquito populations and protect communities from malaria. And climate change, where changes in temperature and rainfall patterns can affect mosquito populations and malaria transmission. As the climate shifts, new areas may become susceptible to malaria, posing additional challenges for control and prevention. Overcoming these challenges requires sustained commitment, innovation, and collaboration. Governments, nonprofits, and the private sector must work together to develop new tools and strategies. We must continue to invest in research, strengthen healthcare systems, and raise awareness. By educating communities, improving access to healthcare, and fostering international cooperation, we can move closer to a world free of malaria. The road ahead is long, but with determination and collective effort, a malaria-free future is within our reach. Conclusion: our commitment to eradicating malaria. Malaria is a preventable and treatable disease. We have the tools and knowledge to fight it. Through collective action and unwavering commitment, we can create a future free from the burden of malaria. By supporting research, strengthening healthcare systems, and empowering communities, we can make a difference. Together, we can achieve a world without malaria.